Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker along with Matt Llewellyn as the Chesty Lions from Lawrence High getting set to take on the Shawnee Mission West Vikings tonight. Should be a good contest on homecoming here at Lawrence High School. And, of course, my partner to my left, Matt Llewellyn, celebrating his 40th year out of high school, his 40-year high school reunion. And, boy, it's been a long time since you were doing this.
Yeah, it has been. It's all been great. I've loved it. I love being a Chesty Lion and everything that entails, including our 40th high school reunion tonight.
All right, well, as you can see, they're getting set to do our national anthem. We're going to take a break and then come back with more of our pregame show. It's the Lawrence High Chesty Lions and Shawnee Mission West Vikings coming up right after this on FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Enjoy all the excitement of football season at the 23rd Street Brewery. From the Jayhawks and college football to the NFL and even live-streamed Lawrence High and Free State football games, you can watch it all at the 23rd Street Brewery. Enjoy the games with your favorite menu item like the Bill Self Mac and Cheese, Naked Nachos, or the Haney Turkey Stack. And wash it all down with your favorite beer like a Wave the Wheat or Crimson Fog. 23rd Street Brewery on the corner of Clinton Parkway and Castlewood in Lawrence.
People are creatures of habit. You know what I mean? You get up, you get dressed, you barely have time to eat. If you're lucky, you didn't walk out without your cell phone, but you did remember the dry cleaning. In today's busy world, we may or may not have coffee on the way out the door to school or work. Thank goodness for Scotch Dry Cleaners, because Linda knows just how to put that morning smile right on my face when Billy isn't behaving in the back seat. Scotch Dry Cleaners. They are more than just cleaners. They are family. Family owned and operated. 10 locations, Lawrence and Topeka.
Get your home back to pristine condition with Rainbow Restoration of Northeast Kansas. With the kids back in school, it's the perfect time for carpet cleaning. Our IICRC certified experts ensure your carpets and upholstery are free from germs and grime. Download the Neighborly app or call Rainbow Restoration at 785-371-2400 to easily connect with us and schedule your service today. Rainbow Restoration of Northeast Kansas, because it's not done until it's done right.
Hey Jayhawk fans, Brian Haney here. I think this upcoming season is going to be one of the most memorable years in the history of KU football. And I'm going to be smiling from ear to ear, as bright as ever with those pearly whites. And we're doing all that winning thanks to my friends at the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Not only with the Zoom whitening process I went through last winter, but the twice-a-year checkups with my personal dentist, Dr. Kelly Dummerth, have my smile looking better than ever. So as we're winning games left and right and smiling extra bright, I'm thankful for my friends at the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry in Lawrence.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker along with Matt Llewellyn. It's the Chesty Lions taking on the Shawnee Mission West Vikings tonight, as we are a little less than 10 minutes away from the opening kickoff. And, you know, one thing about homecoming, Matt, that you always get is some interesting outfits among the people that work at the games. Did you notice a little bit earlier that, you know, you get both the regular band members and then a few people that are dressed up a little more than they might normally be because they're potentially part of the homecoming court.
And right, exactly right. And it's kind of cool, you know, only happens on homecoming, but it's a neat thing. It's a neat tradition that's gone on for hundreds of years, and it's as far as I know, and it's really cool. There's always some fun things happen on homecoming that don't happen any other night of the year.
Absolutely. Okay, so we appreciate you listening to us on FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN, but you also can, for a change, get a chance to see this game streamed live video-wise. If you want to go to KLWN.com, click on High School Sports, and then you'll see our YouTube live stream of this game. And for a change, hopefully it'll actually be something that people can see at the same time. If you didn't get a chance to see the Gardner-Edgerton game, we did finally get that uploaded early part of last week. It was a little choppy in the second half, so we fixed that too. And so now if you go there, if you go to the GPM Sports YouTube channel, if you missed it and for some reason want to watch it again, you have the opportunity to do so. On the other hand, I think there's probably a lot of people, Matt, that would like to put that game behind them. This is probably a good day to do that.
It's a great day to do it. Homecoming, we're heavily favored in this game, and it's a great game to have on homecoming, a game that you're heavily favored, because nobody likes to lose on homecoming. I mean, that's a game that's special for a lot of people, and you want it to be a memorable night. And especially there are several classes I know that are out here, but one of the biggest one, of course, is mine for my 40th class of 1984, and we are supposed to have a flyover. And we'll see here. Hopefully, we get it.
It may have happened already, and we just didn't notice.
That is a possibility, but I don't think so. Because I'd imagine I'd see a lot of people's heads up. But we'll see here. Hopefully, that gets pulled off tonight.
So let's talk a little bit, though, about last week. Obviously, the game last week, the final score of it was not in any way indicative of the fact that the Chesty Lions easily could have won the game. I mean, we were talking about twice in that game, the Lions had an opportunity where they're driving down the field and were unable to convert a fourth down. In one case, fourth, it was 3rd and 1 and then 4th and 1, and they couldn't do it. But they were down 7 points in both of those time periods, and so either one of those they're able to do. We're talking about a tie game, and anything goes at that point.
Right, and tied at 7 at one point, tied at 14, and it hung there 21-14 at halftime, and that was on a very late touchdown by Gardner Edgerton, and then unfortunately just kind of kept on pulling away, but we did eventually got it to a 21-35 score, and then end up the final. That's what the final was, 21-35. So had an opportunity, and it just wasn't quite meant to be last week.
Right, it ended up as a 14-point loss, but like I said, I mean, when that 4th and 1 that I'm talking about, that happened with about 3.5 minutes left to go in regulation. It was not like it was first quarter or something like that. That was, it was a tie game with less than 5 minutes to go if they convert and then score, because they were on the 11-yard line, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate they couldn't convert, and that's, I'm sure, something that that Coach Bowen and the team has been working on all week.
No question about it. And Coach Bowen had talked to me about it a little bit right after the game. It's like when something like that happens, you're just you kind of lose all hope, and it's kind of done at that point in time, especially that late in the game when you've got every opportunity to get there, and it just doesn't happen. So you got to put that one behind you and play for this homecoming week. And of course, homecoming week is a week that coaches don't like because there are so many distractions, and probably one of the biggest is that Banks Bowen, their outstanding quarterback, senior leader, is on the homecoming court. So as you would expect, which usually happens, the quarterback is a pretty popular guy, and so he's on the homecoming court, and part of him wants to take part in those kind of activities, but it takes away from football, which is what he is primarily here for tonight. But he's still got to be a high school kid, Well,
of course, and and I don't know that he's probably the only football player that's on the court. I don't know, but it's not uncommon for there to be a few of them, and like you said, for coaches, for the coaching staff on a homecoming week, it's always about the distractions. That's always a concern for them. Although I can say the other thing about that is we're about to see the Lawrence High Chesty Lions hit the field here in just a minute, but Shawnee Mission West is coming on right now. You'll see him come into the camera on the right side here just a second. And but as far as if they're anything like the team over that I used to do in Missouri, the Lee Summit West Titans, their coach, who eventually became my partner for a long time, I think homecoming week was his least favorite week of the year.
Oh, that's what Coach Bowen says, absolutely.
But not just in his case because of the distractions. He hated being on the float.
Oh, okay. Well, that could potentially be different reasons, but yeah. But for Coach Bowen, it's all the distractions.
Yeah. No, and really that's what bothered Coach Boehm as well. And, like you said, it's bad enough, when you have other distractions that that typically high school kids do at some point during a season. Oftentimes there are tests that they have to worry about, sometimes like college board type tests and stuff like that. And there's always distractions, but homecoming is always one of the worst.
Absolutely. And as is their tradition, the Chesties come out carrying the American flag and the LHS banners. It's always a cool thing coming out of the helmet.
So at the center of the field, they're actually conducting the coin toss as the rest of the Lions came out.
Yeah, Banks Bowen and Andrew Nelson out there.
Along with the 4 captains from the
and normally they would have
Vikings.
Had more of the captains out there, Jalen Parks and Josh Galbraith, Wyatt Hendricks, and Noah Richardson. But right now, just Andrew and Banks.
So they're about to flip the coin, and they just did. We'll see who they talk to afterwards. And they're talking to I think they're talking to
West.
Yeah, well, they talked to Lawrence High first, and then they talked to West. And so the Lions actually did win the toss, and they have elected to receive. So we will see Banks Bowen and company when we come back. So the opening kickoff is coming up in just a couple of minutes. It's the Lawrence High Chesty Lions along with the Shawnee Mission West Vikings coming up right after this here on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it. We'll be right back with the opening kickoff coming up right after this.
What's up, friends? I'm Sean Kellerman.
And I'm Daniel Courtwright.
Can't get enough of the Jayhawks? Tune in to Rock Chalk Sports Talk every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6.
We'll give you the latest and greatest on all things Kansas, including KU football and basketball and more, as well as everything else you'd ever want to hear in the world of sports in Lawrence.
Missed the show? Check out the Best of RCSD podcasts anywhere you get your podcasts to catch up on all things KU related.
Rock Chalk Sports Talk, your only KU-centric radio show.
Every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6 right here on KLWN.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker along with Matt Llewellyn. We're just about set to go for the opening kickoff. As we said, the Lions won the toss and chose to receive. Interesting choice, I thought.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about other than Coach maybe just wanting to get off to a quick and early start.
It would seem. So ball teed up at the 40-yard line. We're sorry about the we're short a cameraman for at least another couple of minutes. So bear with us here. We will have a camera for you coming up soon enough. But in the meantime, the kick is a short squibber, and it was bobbled but taken at about the 15-yard line. Coming up the right side, hit at the 20, breaks the tackle, but then is knocked down at the 21. And just trying to figure out who that was. Was it Wingard? I think it might have been Wingard who got that and took it out to the 21-yard line. So Banks Bowen will get things started.
And Gabe Wingard has become the, certainly after last week, but he has definitely become the go-to man on wide receiver. Jackson Becker certainly is the deep threat, but used Jackson all over the field. But Gabe Wingard has been the man recently.
It's a give to Taj Allen up the middle of the field, and he breaks the tackle, and he's going to go off to the left side across the 40-45. One man to beat. He was pulled out of bounds just at the last second by the safety Bailey. But a huge gain on the first play from scrimmage for the Chesty Lions all the way into Viking territory. They're going to mark him out at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, 48-yard pickup there for him. And nice work, nice run to get things started off by Taj.
So on 1st and 10, they come out with a shotgun. Wingback is on the right side and Twins on the right as well. And back to throw is Bowen. He's got lots of time throwing downfield. He's got a man in the end zone, incomplete. It was almost intercepted by Robinson, who is the safety back there. But
yeah, had a couple men down there. And
unfortunately, not the most accurate throw out of Banks that time.
It was not, and was just going for everything on that one. Josh Galbraith, one of the intended receivers for the Lions.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Chesty Lions. They go out in the pistol formation with wideouts on either side and a wing back to the right. It'll be a give to Edwards. Another big hole right up the middle of the field. He'll get 9 yards, maybe almost 10. Looks like they're going to put him down very close to the line to gain.
Yeah, they're telling him to move the chains.
Yep, so a 10-yard pickup and 1st and 10. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. This time Edwards is to the right of Bowen, who bobbled the snap but picks it up, and now he'll pull it down, rolls to his left side, throws, and he's throwing into double coverage toward the end zone, incomplete.
And almost look they got an early hit there on Becker, the intended receiver.
It was actually the other way around. Becker was the one doing the hitting. He actually ran right into him. We'll see what they call, though. There is a flag, but I think the flag's in the backfield.
Yeah, it's in the backfield, not on the wide receiver.
No. I didn't think it is going the way of the Lions. It's a defensive holding call, and so it'll be a 10-yard penalty and a 1st down. So 1st and 10.
Banks going for the long ball twice here.
And in both cases, he threw into double coverage, too, which doesn't seem to worry him too much. Tight end formation here. On 1st and 10, Edwards to the right of Bowen, who's directing traffic. From the shotgun, man in motion. They will toss in front, and it's Becker, and he's trying to get around the end. And they're punching at the ball. Is not Becker, but
Jalen Parks.
And he gets down to, looks like they're going to give him the 11. Let's see where they mark it down, but there is a flag down back in the backfield, and this one may be coming back. It's an illegal formation. You saw them do that shifting right up the front, and what I think happened is too many of them came right up on the right up to the line.
Yeah,
and
so
they
weren't take away a nice 10-yard run there by Jalen Parks.
So it'll be 1st down and 15 with the ball at the 28-yard line. Bowen stepping back into the pistol formation. He's got twins on either side. Now Edwards is to his right. On the 1st down play, wide receiver screen over on the far side. It was caught. And once again, Parks. And he's able to get most of the penalty yards back, but only back to around the 34. So it'll be 2nd down and 11 from there. 10:25 left to go here in this first quarter. Quick play and a throw out to Wingard on the near side. He makes the catch, breaks the tackle inside the 20, down inside the 15, or right to the 15-yard line. It'll be a 3rd down and short from there as Gabe Wingard, 2 straight wide receiver screens on either side.
And a nice pickup there by Gabe, but just not quite enough. Needing about 2 more yards, 3rd and 2.
So Bowen looking back for the play. Will step into the shotgun. Twins on the left, one on the right. Edwards to his left, man in motion. And they fake it to Galbraith. Right up to the right side comes Bowen. He hurdles a man inside the 10. And he tiptoes down the sideline until he goes out of bounds around the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for the Lions on their opening drive of the game. 9:42 to go here in the first quarter. It's scoreless, but the Lions on the doorstep.
Needed 2, picked up 10. Love that for Banks. And the nice little hurdle move at the line of scrimmage to get that 1st down, and then he got a few more.
Rolls to his left side. Goes Bowen, throw in toward the end zone, and it is...
It looked caught.
Well, I'm waiting for an indication. Caught, touchdown.
Yeah, no indication by the line judge. The referee gave it to us. Touchdown
Jackson
Lions.
Becker makes the catch. 5 yards out, and it's 6-0 with the extra point to come.
So nice pickup there, up to the far side. Becker's open, but in coverage and able to get him to him for the short little 5-yard pickup for the touchdown.
Richardson's extra point is up, and it is good. So we have played 2 minutes and 24 seconds here of the first quarter, and the Chesty Lions strike first. They lead it 7-0 here after their first opening drive. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff right after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Enjoy all the excitement of football season at the 23rd Street Brewery. From the Jayhawks and college football to the NFL and even live-streamed Lawrence High and Free State football games, you can watch it all at the 23rd Street Brewery. Enjoy the games with your favorite menu item like the Bill Self Mac and Cheese, Naked Nachos, or the Haney Turkey Stack. And wash it all down with your favorite beer like a Wave the Wheat or Crimson Fog. 23rd Street Brewery on the corner of Clinton Parkway and Castle in Lawrence.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker along with Matt Llewellyn. It's the Lions 7 and the Vikings nothing after the opening drive as they go 79 yards. I don't know how many plays, but it took 224. Richardson with the ball teed up on the left hash mark, and he sends it down. It's short, takes a bounce, and is picked up at about the 13-yard line, trying to come up the middle. Big hit as he gets to the 20.
10 plays on that last drive, Joel.
For
Not 9 plays, excuse me, 9 plays.
Okay, for Matthias Gearing on the return, and so we'll get to see Stephen King. Yes, you heard that right. It's a scary offense they have here. That would be great for a Halloween game, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Stephen King as your quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So I have seen a little bit of game film on this Vikings team. They're relatively balanced. They have a couple of good tight ends. They've got a running back as Marshawn Mitchell, and then they rely a lot on King. As they come out with split backs to start things off, one wide out to the right side, a low snap, and they do give it. And off left tackle is Mitchell, Marshawn Mitchell, and he'll get a couple. So the Vikings,
very hard yards, followed a tackle and just could not get anything. And then the Lions' whole line comes up and just stops him right there for a 1-yard, very short gain.
Vikings come into the game 1-3 on the season. Lions, of course, are 2-2, but unfortunately on a 2-game losing streak, trying to turn that around today. 2nd down and 8. Shotgun formation. Mitchell to the right of King, and we get motion. So there'll be a false start on this one before this one ever goes. And
it would have been a nice catch, one-handed catch at the waist. Was that wide receiver that picked up the ball, but that didn't count. Darius Gordon with that one-handed catch, but not going to count, going back 5 yards.
Well, and hard to say whether it would have been quite that uncontested.
That's correct, yes.
The play actually counted. So 5-yard penalty sets up a 2nd and 14 for the Vikings. They got one man wide out to the right side and a couple on the left. From the shotgun is King trying to set up a screen, throws. He does get the screen to the tight end, but it was covered extremely well by the Lions defense for really no gain on the play as the tight end Bollinger, made the catch, but couldn't go anywhere as he was immediately met. So they sniffed that out pretty well.
Yeah, they did. Kind of a no-win situation there for the Vikings, and they picked up about as much as they could, and a lot better than taking a sack.
So it'll be 3rd down and long, 3rd about 15. Ball's on the 17-yard line. We'll see if they come after King. He swings it out on the right side for Mitchell, who makes the catch. I don't think that was actually a forward pass. It looked to me like he threw that backwards. So that was probably a run by Mitchell, but he basically got nothing, maybe a yard or so, and he'll set up a punting situation here for the Vikings on their first tryout offense. The Lions lead at 7-0. Just about 5.5 minutes into this, or 4.5 minutes, into this first quarter.
And it appears, the West appears to have, as far as numbers go, about the same number of players as do the Lions, but not nearly as big as the Lions.
Oh, they come after the punt, and I think they did get a hand on it. It was a very short punt. It will come to a rest at about the Viking 47-yard line.
And Ethan Curry wisely. Ethan looked like he was going to try to go after that ball, but then he stepped away from it, thankfully so, because there were Vikings coming.
So
the Lions will get it in great field position here.
Yeah, after marching down the field in the first one, it didn't seem like they really needed the good field position. 7:11 to go here in the first quarter. Lawrence leads it 7-0. So
I'm going to bet deep pass. What do you think here, Joel?
Twins on either side. You're going to go for that streak. I think it's going to be a pass, certainly, as he goes back to throw. And he does go downfield over the middle. He's got a man. It is
wow!
Touchdown.
Wow!
Touchdown for Kayvon Price.
Kayvon Price.
And I tell you what, that one was a perfectly thrown ball by Bowen.
It really was. Great throw. Kayvon had a couple steps on his man and just perfectly thrown ball. Hits Kayvon right in the numbers about the 5-yard line, able to trot right into the end zone. Lions go up 2 scores.
Well, you called it. Went for that deep ball, which they've been trying to do for a few weeks now, and had some success. Richardson's extra point is up, and it is good. 7:03 to go here in the first quarter of play. The Lions have struck twice. They lead at 14-0. Kickoff coming up after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
What's up, friends? I'm Sean Kellerman.
And I'm Daniel Courtwright.
Can't get enough of the Jayhawks? Tune in to Rock Chalk Sports Talk every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6.
We'll give you the latest and greatest on all things Kansas, including KU football and basketball and more, as well as everything else you'd ever want to hear in the world of sports in Lawrence.
Missed the show? Check out the Best of RCSD podcasts anywhere you get your podcasts to catch up on all things KU related.
Rock Chalk Sports Talk, your only KU-centric radio show.
Every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6 right here on KLWN.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker, Matt Llewellyn, as the Chesty Lions already up 14-0 over the Shawnee Mission West Vikings. I checked with our crack statistician to my left, and that was a one-play, 47-yard drive.
Whatever I can do to help, man.
And now here's the question. How long did it take on the clock?
It took 8 seconds.
There you go. Richardson's kick is high and short, coming down about the 8-yard line. Coming up the far side, hit at the 20, and maybe a couple yards past that is where the Vikings will take over for their second try on offense. The Lions defense looked really good on that first
they did.
drive, I should say.
Absolutely, no question. No question. Let's see what they do here.
I believe that was Calvin Brown on the return, by the way.
And ball about in the same spot as it was.
Yep, 22-yard line. The Vikings in their road whites with yellow or gold pants, probably yellow really, and blue and purple. Split backs just like they were the first time, and it'll be a give trying to go around the right tackle, and this time with a little bit of running room was Trayvon Tibbett, it looked like.
Yep, best positive yardage for the Vikings so far in this very short first part of the first quarter, picked up 8 yards.
To the 30-yard line, so it's 2nd and 2. Clock running with 6:27 left to go, and now they stop it for some reason. Some sort of an equipment issue, I would imagine.
Yeah, as Taj Edwards comes off and Kayvon Price comes in.
Playing a cornerback position on the near side. They'll get it going again. 2nd down and 2. King from the shotgun. Takes the snap and hands off. And hit in the backfield and dumped before he got to the line of scrimmage. That time was Myshawn Mitchell.
Yeah.
And it'll be a loss of a yard, 3rd and 3, maybe even 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and you kind of give credit to almost the whole Larney Finney, possibly Devin Foster in on that as well.
Yeah, right up the middle of the line, and they had not given up any space at all. So we'll call it a loss of 2, 3rd and 4. They'll go with split backs again this time, one H-back and one wide out on the left side. And back on the spin out, King throws near side, and he's got his man caught and taken down after a first down. Darius Gordon, one of their tight ends, was able to get open and get all the way across the 40 to the 41, where it'll be first down, first and 10 of the game. Actually, we'll call it the 42 for the Vikings.
Yeah, nice pickup there by Darius. A 10-yard gain on the play, and able to just a quick little up the middle pattern, and able to gain a few before the Lions kind of converge on him and stop him at the 42.
Darius getting a chance because Victor Gunyon is hurt, their other tight end. Split backs, back to throw is King. He's got time. He rolls to his right side. Now he gets hit and he gets sacked as Devin Foster dropped him to the turf for a loss all the way back. Let's see where they mark him, about the 30-yard line. So it'll be a loss of 12, and it'll be second down and 22 from there. And
probably one of the least aggressive sacks you'd ever see in a game. I mean,
sat him down.
Devin Foster is an enormous person, and he just came right up to him and just kind of almost like he put his arms around him and took him down, and that was it. There was no real extreme violence with that hit, I guess I would say.
On second down, it's a quarterback draw, and King finds a hole, and he was able to get from the 30 up to about the 36 or 37. Let's call it the 38, actually. So we'll give him 8 yards on the play, but it was a second and 22, so it's still going to leave a 3rd and 15. They need the Lion 48, and they're on their own 38.
Just past 4 minutes to play in this first quarter. Lions up 14-0.
So imagine they'll go to the air here, but we'll see. We'll see if they come after King.
It was effective for the last first down.
Oh, a little early start that time by Everett over on the near side. And that's going to make it even worse, as it'll be 3rd and a country mile. Clock stopped with 3:42 left to go in the first quarter.
But they had 3rd and long last time, I believe 3rd and 8, which is a little different than 3rd and 18. But we're able to pick it up with just a short pass over the middle and able to get up to that first down. Might be a little bit more difficult this time.
Most definitely. Not too many plays in the arsenal for 3rd and 19. King takes the snap. He'll roll to his right side. He'll throw back to the near side, and it's incomplete. Dangerous pass as he was trying to get everybody going one way and then find his running back Mitchell, and he missed him with the throw. But that's the sort of thing that sometimes turns into pick sixes.
Yeah, absolutely, and there were a couple Lions right there. Didn't obviously make the play, but could have potentially. So they're going to definitely elect to punt here with the ball on the 34-yard line.
They're going to go for it on 4th and 19. Another line drive kick, and this one is going to be fielded. And from about the 36 down the near sideline across the midfield, down inside the 40 into about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, Ethan Curry, nice return. That time a line drive punt, so had plenty of room to make the catch without being feared of getting hit. And
it took a nice little Sunday hop right to him, too.
Right.
You never know with these footballs what happens when they land.
Right, but I'll call it almost a 30-yard return. So starting there on the 36-yard line are the Lions.
And so far, each time they've gotten the ball has been in a better position than the time before. They lead at 14-0 with 3:06 left to go in the first quarter. They put the ball in play. They've got a stack of 3 receivers on the left side, ripe for probably a wide receiver screen, and they look that way, but instead now back to throw Bowen. He'll throw downfield. He's got a man open again. It is caught, and it is into the end zone. They lost the football, but it is a touchdown. He'd broken the plane already, and I believe that was Price for a second time, as Kayvon Price got open, and Bowen found him wide open on the seam route right down the field with really nobody on him.
I mean, nice play there. Just no question about it, going to Kayvon all the way. And the only question was whether or not he did break the plane, which he did. And then the ball came out right as he hit the ground in the end zone. So touchdown Lions getting ready to go up full three. point after is good. 21-0.
So Noah Richardson adds the extra point. 2:57 left to go, first quarter. And the Lions have struck 3 times. They lead at 21-0. Kickoff coming up after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Discover the unmatched quality and savings at Heartland Door and Window. During their fall savings event, enjoy discounts from 4% to 12% on select garage door models through November. Save up to $300 on Classica single doors, up to $500 on Hillcrest double doors, and up to $1,000 on Vista double doors, one of the industry's finest. To take advantage of these great deals during their fall savings event, go to heartlanddoorandwindow.com. That's heartlanddoorandwindow.com.
1320 KLWN Lawrence and FM 1017 K269 GP Lawrence. Depend on it.
We are back live here at Lawrence High School. Joel Becker along with Matt Llewellyn. I also want to thank our camera person Echo and our producer David Ward and Elijah Schmidt back at the station, sort of pushing buttons, although he doesn't really do a whole lot of that.
Thank you, Elijah.
He can't hear you.
Okay.
40-yard line on the left hash mark. Noah Richardson has the ball teed up. 21-0 our score. Lions on top. And the kick is high, and it is short. Bounced at about the 17, taken on a hop at the 15-yard line, trying to get around the 20, and now with some running room across the 30, and forced out of bounds about the 33. Best field position of the day for the Vikings to get started with their third offensive possession. They moved the ball a little bit on the last one, but stalled out after a big sack by Devin Foster.
As you can imagine, Banks Bowen still in the first quarter and already has 100 yards in the air. Taj Edwards 47 yards on the ground, and Banks tack on another 10 on the ground.
And I think Kayvon's got himself a career day right now.
As far as I know, yeah, I know that Kayvon has caught a couple this year, but 2 for a touchdown and 83 yards for Kayvon, so a 41.5-yard average.
Trips on the left side, swing pass incomplete as they were trying to go once again to Darius Gordon. And it just kind of bounced off his knees and falls harmlessly incomplete for 2nd and 10 from the 33. You know, it's interesting for Banks. You may not be aware of this, but there's a pretty good chance that a streak of his may very well end today. I know it's really early and you never know because there's a lot that could be going. But he's actually riding a streak of 3 straight games where he's had 100 yards rushing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, split backs. It's a handoff trying to go around the right side. And did get around right tackle across the 40 to maybe the 41 or 42. That was Mason Von Felt on the carry.
Well, if he throws 400 yards, I don't think anybody's going to really worry about the.
I'm not worried about it either way. I mean, obviously, we're winning.
And you know he's done.
Right. That's the reason why I'm saying is that with us up 21-0 now, I can't imagine them calling his number a whole lot to run the ball. So, 3rd down and 1. We'll see if the defense steps up here. They are coming after and sacking Stephen King way back at the 35-yard line. And that was just too many guys coming in and not enough defenders.
Yeah, and it was kind of a full house coming back there.
It was Curry, I think, who finally finished him off.
And Galbraith was back there as well, as you can imagine, as well as, I mean, it was the entire line. Everybody got through, and a lot of pressure there on that one. Some of my 84 classmates right in front of the booth here.
Did you ever see the plane?
I never did see the plane, so we'll
punting
have to
situation.
find out.
And he does punt it, and it is taken at about the 32-yard line. And Curry trying to come up the right side, breaks a tackle across midfield and cuts inside, still on his feet, inside the 45 down to about the 44. Another good return, that time by Ethan Curry, his 2nd straight. And it'll be 1st and 10, although, you know, this is horrible field position for the Lions.
Worst field position they've had all night.
3 drives. Well, not all night, because their first one they started back at the 20.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
21. But since then, this is actually the worst of the last 3 possessions they've had.
On the 44-yard line.
So, minute 18 left to go. based on how their offense has gone now, they may have time for a fourth score in the quarter. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Twins on either side. Edwards to the right of Banks Bowen. They come in for the blitz. The blitz is picked up. He's got lots of time, but no one to throw to. Rolls around to the left side. Now he'll throw, and it is caught. And coming down the far sideline now, trying to cut inside to about the 30 or 25-yard line. And Wingard with the catch. And a nice little pitch and catch. And a good job by Banks Bowen not trying to force anything in anywhere and taking what he got.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice little 19-yard pickup there.
1st and 10 from the 25. And it'll be a give to Edwards, who's had lots of running room and again has a huge hole up the middle. He'll get inside the 20 down to about the 15. They'll stop the clock to move the chains on a 10-yard run on 1st and 10. There's 48.9 seconds left to go in the first quarter, so certainly at least a couple more plays. Lions and Bowen rolls to the right side. He's looking. He throws near side. It is incomplete right through the hands of his intended receiver, and that was Jackson Becker. Or no, it was Wingard, excuse me. And he just dropped it. That was 6 points if he catches that ball.
Oh, my. I mean, no question. And you've not seen Wingard do that. Well, you haven't really seen any of the Lawrence High wide receivers do that before, being wide open, ball right in the numbers and just not able to pull it in. So bringing up 2nd down and 10 on that incomplete pass there.
Clock was stopped on the incomplete pass with 31.6 seconds to go in the first quarter. They did have a little delay as one of the Vikings need to tie a shoe, and so they get the play clock started.
Trips to the near side.
Bowen, and they're kind of in that bunch formation as they've done before.
Right.
One man to the left, and then Edwards to the left as well of Bowen. On the shotgun back to throw with plenty of time. Now he'll roll to the right side, being chased. He's going to pull it down, run it to the 10, to the 5, and he gets hit down into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Lions. As Banks Bowen ended up just carrying it all the way himself. Yep. Wasn't 100 yards, but he got himself a touchdown.
And why not just go ahead and keep it myself? It's safe. I've got it. I can see the red end zone marker. So Banks just tucks it in and goes for himself and gets it. 16 yards on the touchdown for Banks Bowen.
Noah Richardson out for the extra point. So I thought they had enough time to get another score this quarter, and indeed they did. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good. 20.3 showing on the clock in the first quarter. The Lions all over the Vikings, 28-0 our score. We'll be back with a kickoff coming up after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Hey, Jayhawk fans, Brian Haney here. I think this upcoming season is going to be one of the most memorable years in the history of KU football. And I'm going to be smiling from ear to ear, as bright as ever with those pearly whites. And we're doing all that winning thanks to my friends at the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Not only with the Zoom whitening process I went through last winter, but the twice-a-year checkups with my personal dentist, Dr. Kelly Dummerth, have my smile looking better than ever. So as we're winning games left and right and smiling extra bright, I'm thankful for my friends at the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry in Lawrence.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. Chesty Lions 28-0 over the Shawnee Mission West Vikings. This has got to be a happy group of football players after the last couple weeks.
It needed a nice little bounce-back game, and early it's looking like they're going to get it.
Fumbled on the kickoff, picked up at the 9-yard line, being chased at the 10, able to get up to at least the 15. It was a good job to get any run back at all there.
Yeah, but the thing about it is
running back Gearing.
Gearing was he had 3 Lions on his back, and he basically willed himself to get an extra 5 yards. He was at the 10 and could have very easily gone down there, but he didn't. He fought and fought and fought, able to pick up an extra 5 yards. So that's where they will start it on the 15-yard line.
Could be the last play of the first quarter. 11.8 seconds left to go. Stephen King for the Vikings with split backs. One wide out to the right side, a wing back as well. And on first down, it is give and an immediate tackle for Von Felt again. And it was probably a loss of about a half a yard, and that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. So 12 minutes of football in the books. It's been all Lions so far, 28-0 our score. Second quarter coming up after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Do you love Lawrence High Chesty Lion football? Join head coach Clinton Bowen at 23rd Street Brewery on Tuesday, October 8th from 7 to 8 p.m. for Chesty Lion Touchdown Talk. We'll be previewing all things Chesty Lion football as they prepare to take on Olathe East and Olathe South. This is your chance to hear from the head man himself, as well as select players from this year's team. Chesty Lion Touchdown Talk, this Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. at 23rd Street Brewery, right here on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. We have played one quarter of play here at Lions Stadium, I guess, and not everybody seemed to agree with that assessment that it's only been one quarter.
Always a lot of fun. I mean, again, things like this happen at homecoming as they try to bring the. Clearly, those young ladies were not paying attention to the quarter or half. They might not even know if.
I was going to say they may not be football experts.
That could be.
You know, you just never know. But you got to, give them credit for wanting to, be there and
get that rainbow out there and get ready for that homecoming court celebration. But, ladies, you got 12 minutes to go yet on the field. So here we go.
The way things are going, it won't be too much more than 12 minutes. 28-0 our score. Second down and 11 for the Vikings. Stephen King back to throw. And on the quarterback draw, tries to go up the middle.
He
lost the football. It's still loose.
Lion ball.
And wait, they had it for a minute. And it is Lion ball.
And who came up with it there? I'm trying to follow him. He got lost in the crowd.
I think it might have been Galbraith.
They're calling Galbraith.
They're certainly pounding on him on the way in, so I'm pretty sure it is Galbraith who came up with that fumble. I'm not sure who knocked it out of King's hand. It was actually, I think, I don't know if he was scrambling or just designed to be a quarterback draw there. It looked like a draw. And then he just didn't really like what he saw in terms of a hole for him to go through, tried to kind of back up. But when you start getting indecisive like that, that's a recipe for disaster, which was indeed what happened.
Right. And this is going to be hopefully a very short touchdown drive here. I'll be optimistic with that. On the 7-yard line for Banks Bowen.
From the shotgun, he'll give it to Edwards. Looking for a big hole up the middle. He's got one toward the end zone. Touchdown. Lions, Taj Edwards from 7 yards, and second time a one-play drive for the Lions, resulting in 7 points, or 6 so far, 34-0 with the extra point coming up.
And I think that's the third time we had a one-play drive. The other two were quick, very long passes, and now this one was a short 7-yard touchdown run by Taj Edwards.
I stand corrected as Noah Richardson out to try and give him a 35-point lead. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good. So we have played 14 seconds of the second quarter. It's Lawrence High 35, Shawnee Mission West nothing. The kickoff coming up after this here on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Rituals. We get up, get dressed, and yes, put our pants on one leg at a time. It's true. People are creatures of habit. Heck, on game days, I bet you can't wait to get off work. Jump in the car, turn on the radio, you listen to the pregame or your favorite sports announcer while picking up your dry cleaning and heading home to watch the game. Just like a ritual or a habit, Scott's Dry Cleaners, family-owned business, has been proud to serve the Lawrence and Topeka area throughout the years. Clothing and cleaning styles may have changed, but their work and service is the same. ScotchCleaners.com.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. It's the Lions' 35-0 lead over the Vikings from Shawnee Mission West early on here in the second quarter of play. Richardson has the ball teed up on the 40-yard line on the left hash mark for yet another kickoff, and another one kicked, and it's going to go out of bounds. So good field position coming up for the Vikings for a change, as they'll get it. Is it the 40 that they get it at, or the
35, I believe.
So 35 indeed.
So,
and I don't know what the running clock rule is in Kansas completely. Is it 30? Is it after 35 points? 45. Okay, so it'd be second half only, and they'd also need to get another 10 points, which seems to be they're on course for anyway.
They are.
Eventually, you start to have to wonder when they might consider bringing in some of the 2s and 3s.
Well, and I was going to say that as well, but the game in Junction City kind of freaked out Coach Bowen, I'll tell you, and that has made him think twice about doing that.
Low snap, King was able to field it. He rolls to his right side, eludes one man, goes down the near sideline, pushed out of bounds around the 35, so very little gain as he was forced out by Johnson, Jared Johnson, and I believe that was Foster over there who had the initial.
Yeah, Devin Foster was in the backfield with him and chased him down, but not able to bring him totally down and able to get around him and back up to the line of scrimmage.
So it'll be second down and 10 from there. So, yeah, I would imagine our starters will certainly play at least the first half, but I wouldn't even be surprised if we see them well into the third quarter. So it'll be second down and 10, split backs again. And they're showing blitz, and they come, and it is
a handoff.
It's going to be, it looks like, again, it was Myshawn Mitchell who got that one, and he was hit immediately as he got the ball. And it was Hendricks who got in there along with really everybody else on the front line.
Yeah, a total 100% penetration by the line, front three, and then all the linebackers as well. I mean, it was a all-come.
It was actually a run blitz, oddly enough, I think. But they caught him running, and there was just nothing he could have done. So it'll be third down. I'll call it a loss of 2, third and 12. They had trips on the right, but they're sending them over to the left side now, and I think we're going to get a timeout. That play clock was down to 3 seconds left, and so they'll burn their first timeout of the half. 10:50 left to go, second quarter, and the Lions on top, 35-0. You can, as long as we have a minute here, and not a whole lot going on, you might want to talk to the folks about what you got coming up at halftime.
Halftime, we've got my classmate Wade Pascal, who has really done a great job setting up all of the stuff that's gone on for our 40th reunion here, and got a nice big committee together doing all kinds of fun stuff and organize the whole organization thing. He's just done a great job, and so he's going to come, and we'll probably talk a little bit about that and about what we've got going on for homecoming. We're trying, one of our missions this weekend is to raise money to get ourselves a new Chesty Lion mascot. Our current mascot, as we've talked about a little bit, Junior Wed, is pretty old, and he needs to be renovated.
All right, so third down and 12. Another low snap was fielded by King. He steps up, and he's able to elude one man and spins out of a second tackle. Oh, boy, got triple-teamed and got out of that as well, and he ends up getting a first down up near midfield. What a run by Stephen King, something for the far side stands to cheer about for a change.
Yeah, and it will be that'll be something that I think that Coach Bowen will give Fs to a lot of players on that for tackling because
none of them did.
No, because none of them did. That's right, and was able to gain 15 plus 17 yards on that play. And it showed King's elusiveness. I mean, how many 360s did he do on that? At least 4. Getting away from people, was very effective in doing so.
So first and 10 from their own 49. Back to throwing near side, and it is bobbled but caught by Mitchell. And he's going to get another first down all the way to the Lion 41.
Yeah, multiple first down drive for the Vikings.
It's not the first time they've been in Lion territory, I don't think. But,
no, I think they have, right.
But like you said, this is the first time they've driven as far as they've had in this series so far. Under 10 minutes to go in the first half of play. 1st and 10 from the Lion 41. Split backs. Wide out on the left side and a wing back to the left as well. And showing blitz. Here come the Lions. They're coming after him, throwing it up for grabs. This is going to be incomplete. It just sort of landed in the middle of nowhere.
It really did. But
that could have very easily been called grounding, too, because there literally was no Viking player within 10 yards.
And I think the only reason why it wasn't is because it was just such a rainbow.
Yeah, he just threw it up. It's amazing that nobody could get to it.
No, and Curry was pretty close. I think that Curry didn't see it when it left his hands.
They may be talking about the grounding right now, and they are going to call it, and it's the right call. I hate to to see it because they're obviously struggling, but like I said, there was literally nowhere anywhere near. So they're going to call it intentional grounding. It'll be like it's a sack, so it'll be from the point that he threw it. They'll go back 5 yards, and then the loss of downs as well. So it's going to go all the way back to the Viking 47-yard line.
And that is unfortunate for that young man because but he was in a situation where he thought, okay, I've got to get rid of it or
the thing is that, to be honest, what happened is the least of what could have happened in that play. When you throw something up like that, it is very often picked off. And so hopefully it'll be a learning experience for him. 3rd down and a ton. From the split backs, they will give it. And, great job coming from behind and dumping Von Felt on that one.
Wow.
And so Johnson, a couple of times in this game so far, and he came from behind and really just chased him down.
Yeah, it was just an amazing play there, and another huge loss, tackle for loss by the Lions.
I was wondering, 10, 20, like 27 maybe. Punting situation, 4th down. A low snap, and they did get the kickoff and going way back. And bouncing inside the 5, and they're going to down it. But did he get into the end zone? Let's see what they're going to call it a touchback.
Wow.
That's really too bad because he had it at the 1 yard line and then kind of rolled into the end zone just a little bit. And the problem is with that sort of thing is that even if the ball doesn't make it in, if he's on the ground like that and touches the ball, it becomes a touchback.
Right.
So that's a big break for the Lions because they would have had it on the half-yard line if he could have managed to keep his head up or something.
However, they have not had a hard time running on the Vikings.
True enough.
Or throwing, for that matter. But we'll see here what Coach Bowen does at just starting the ball on the 20.
8:37 to go, second quarter. Lions on top, 35-0. Bowen out in the shotgun with Edwards to his left. He is looking over the middle. Now he'll throw on the near side and incomplete. He was looking for Wingert and just missed him with the throw. Led him by just a little too much.
Yeah, just let him by. Exactly right.
Well, and not only did he do it, he also threw it too hard. And a play like that, you don't really need to zing it in
low.
there.
And there really wasn't anyone around him. He would have picked up some yardage, at least 5 or 6, had it just been a nice little throw-in catch. But that's what Bowens does. He has an ability to throw it hard, and that's what he did.
So on 2nd down, he'll throw far side, looking for a man down the far sideline. It is caught.
Wow.
I don't know how he managed to throw that one in there.
That was
and
crazy.
Out of bounds at the 35-yard line. I believe was that.
So 45-yard pass play.
Yep, and it was in fact Kayvon Price. That's what I thought, but I wasn't totally sure. So Kayvon Price, yet another long catch in this game. Back to throw Bowen. He is being chased, goes to the left side, and he will keep it himself. Breaks a tackle inside the 30, still on his feet, and he's finally spun down as he gets to the 28-yard line. As Bowen will pick up about 8 yards, maybe 7 on that play. It'll set up a 2nd and 3.
I think maybe Banks was showing Stephen King that he's not the only quarterback that can run on that play, because Banks definitely eluded 3 would-be tacklers able to get away from him and pick up 7 yards there.
So it'll set up a 2nd and short. They go empty backfield for the time being. Bowen from the shotgun has trips on the right and twins on the left. He'll take the snap, looks for the left side, throws near side, caught by Becker, and goes inside the 15, and then he's shoved out of bounds about the 13, maybe the 14. Jackson Becker with a good catch and a run after the catch as well.
Yeah, pickup of about, we'll call it 13 yards there by Jackson Becker.
So into the red zone once again for the Lions. 1st and 10. They gave him the 15-yard, 14. Let's call it 1st and 10 from the 14. Edwards to the right of Bowen. And they've got twins on either side. On 1st and 10, back to throw Banks. He'll throw toward the corner, and it is caught and into the end zone. Touchdown. Is that Galbraith?
I believe so.
Galbraith.
Nearly picked off, but Galbraith able to.
He ripped the ball out of his hand.
Ripped the ball out of the defender's hand. Nice little, call it 13 yards there for Galbraith for the touchdown.
So yeah, it was a corner route, and Bowen led him, and the corner tried to jump the route, but again, Galbraith just had such strong hands, he was able to grab the ball and take it away from him. Extra point for Richardson. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good. 7:09 left to go in the first half. The Lions strike again, 42-0 our score. Kickoff coming up after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
What's up, friends? I'm Sean Kellerman.
And I'm Daniel Courtwright.
Can't get enough of the Jayhawks? Tune in to Rock Chalk Sports Talk every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6.
We'll give you the latest and greatest on all things Kansas, including KU football and basketball and more, as well as everything else you'd ever want to hear in the world of sports in Lawrence.
Missed the show? Check out the Best of RCSD podcasts anywhere you get your podcasts to catch up on all things KU related.
Rock Chalk Sports Talk, your only KU-centric radio show.
Every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6 right here on KLWN.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Well, it's not deja vu. For some reason, they decided to do a do-over here on this extra point attempt. I'm assuming that they actually did the extra point before they put the ball in play, because it's not a penalty. The ball's not in any another position than it was. It's not any closer, nor is it any further away. So it literally is a do-over. So snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and good. So guess what? Just like a couple of minutes ago, it's 42-0, 7:09 left to go here in this first half of play. Do we got any numbers on that drive, by the way? Crack statistician.
That was a 5-yard or 5-play drive, going 80 yards for the touchdown for 13-yard TD for Galbraith.
Wow. We did get some clarification, by the way, that the running clock rule is after 45 points in the second half, so it won't affect this first half of play, if you were wondering.
And Kayvon Price now with 128 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. And that's on three catches. So he has got a pretty nice little average going.
Richardson with the ball teed up again on the left hash mark at the 40-yard line. Ready to kick this one toward the Vikings. They put the ball in play, and he will approach and kick a line drive that goes all the way back and off of a man down into the goal line. And coming up to the 7, now to the 8, breaks one tackle across the 10 and up to maybe the 15 or so. The returner on that was Brendan Noel, sophomore running back. And didn't really go so well. So
no, it didn't. As he bobbled the ball and went back into the end zone, but since he had it before that,
at least he had enough sense to know, because some guys would have tried to get a touchback on that.
Right.
In other words, let it go back into the end zone.
Because they had people coming. I mean, he was
right. But the thing is, if he had done that, it would have been a safety because he actually had it outside of the end zone, or it might have been anyway. Depends on if they would have considered that to be possession or not. But he definitely touched it about the 5 and then picked it up at about the 1. So 1st and 10 from their own 14 for the Vikings. Stephen King with split backs. On the first down play, it's a handoff trying to get around left side. Again, way back in the backfield. Von Felt was the runner, but he was met immediately in the backfield on some great penetration, again, from this front 3.
Yeah, Jair Johnson again in the backfield, and Jair has been pretty scary in the backfield tonight.
I was going to say, we've called his name out a few times, more than we have in really any other game this year so far. So 6.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Loss was back to about the 10-yard line, loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Again, split backs in the backfield. Low snap, King trying to go to the left side. Again, he's met with a host of black jerseys. Couldn't elude them this time. And once again, it will be a loss.
Wow.
Probably about 2 yards. It'll set up a 3rd down.
And Coach Bowen, thought that this game would be a game that they could win. He did not, or at least he certainly didn't give me any indication that he thought that they were going to blow them out. And at this point, that's what this game is.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's actually, last week they played Shawnee Mission Northwest, who, as we know, is a very good team. And back to throw from his own end zone, and King throw it, and it's over the middle, caught up around the 20-yard line, still shy of a 1st down. And a pretty good.
But gets them out of the hole, and they will not be punting from their own end zone, which you would think that they will punt here at the 4th down and 2.
It was Marcus Bollinger, the tight end, who made the catch. That's his 2nd catch, I believe, or maybe 3rd of the day.
But the ball is still yet on the 21-yard line, so they will punt this here.
Yeah, 4th and about 2 or 3. They are going to go for it up the middle, and King will get a 1st down. I was going to say, they didn't have their punter out there.
Yeah, they can't. Well,
you never know if there was going to be a pooch punt, but they, you know what? Hey, you're down 42-0 when you got to lose.
Right. Exactly.
It doesn't really seem to matter where you give the Lions the ball; they score anyway. So
in this game, they certainly have.
That's what I mean.
And you'd almost think that maybe they caught the Lions a little off guard, but here we go. 1st and 10, Vikings.
Yep. Ball's at the 26-yard line. Lions come with a blitz. They throw over the middle, and it is caught again over the middle. That's Bollinger.
Yeah, nice catch.
It'll be good for 5 yards.
But the defender was right on him both times. They had that little throw right over the middle. The defenders have been right on him, but still enough to pick up 6 yards there on 1st down. So bringing up 2nd and 4.
Coming up on 4 minutes to go in the half. 2nd down, about 5. Short 5, long 4. 1 man in the backfield, and it will be a give. And again, able to elude the original rush was Mitchell, but then he gets knocked down for a loss anyway, way back to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, bringing the whole house, and you thought that it was going to come down right there, but the ball carrier, Mitchell, was able to get away from the initial wave of Lions and get to the far side, but not able to pick up any extra yards. And maybe even losing another couple, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
So Maishawn Mitchell, a good job escaping, but then unable to get any positive yards out of it. 3rd down and 10. King from the shotgun. Again, they're coming with the blitz, and then we get whistles. Do we get a timeout or? It is, they're actually calling it a false start. So before the play ever started, a false start. So
and you have visitors now in the booth, Joel.
So it'll be third down and about 15 after the penalty. We've got 3 minutes left to go.
And I thought with it being my high school reunion, I would have something like that happen tonight, but that not so much. I've had a lot of people wave to me, Joel.
Back to throw is King. He's getting rushed. He eluded one man, but still sacked in the backfield, and it'll set up a fourth down in a punting situation.
Yeah, so a couple positive yardage situations for the Vikings there, but ultimately ends up 4th and 20, so they will punt surely at this point.
Well, they do send their punter in this time, although it's a short drop. And he's going to fake it, and it is Stephen King trying to go up the far sideline and was unable to get the first down. He gave it a yeoman's effort, got out to the 30-yard line. But the Lions will take over 1st and 10 from there. Already up in this game 42-0 with 2:14 left to go in the first half.
And the cheerleaders are going after it now. These kind of games, you're always you're going to find things that are happening that are distracting to everybody. Aren't you, Joel?
Sometimes. So Bowen comes out, 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Pistol formation, and they'll give it. No, it's a fake to Edwards. He'll throw on the near side. It is caught. And down to around the 21-yard line, and slow in getting up. Is that Hendricks?
And it's going to be an 11-yard pickup, good for a first down, but the player is down right now.
Looks like a knee, possibly. And I couldn't tell who it was.
And the trainers are out there with him, and I couldn't either. And I would have said that it was Jackson Becker, but he looked a little bit too big to be Jackson Becker.
I thought it might have been Hendricks, but I could be wrong.
And I'm looking for a 16. I'll also look for an 11. Is that that would, if I did see that up.
Well, 16 is standing over him, so I'm guessing it's not Jackson.
Okay. And he is being helped to his feet now by his...
Yeah, it's Hendricks. So Wyatt Hendricks, and he is being helped off. And it's going to either be a knee or an ankle, I would imagine. He's ginger, but he is putting weight on it, which is good. That's the one thing you really got to be careful about in this kind of a situation, is you don't want to lose anybody to any kind of an injury.
No, absolutely not.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions after the pickup at the 21-yard line. Bowen throwing near side. This time it is Becker making the catch going down the near sideline. He is out of bounds. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds at the 12. And so that will set up, it looks like a 2nd down and short.
Yeah, so give it 9 yards on the play for Jackson Becker.
Just under 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Back to throw. Bowen throwing toward the corner of the end zone, incomplete, as he overthrew his intended receiver. Again, going for that corner route from Wingard, I believe. Yep, that was it, Wingard on the as who was intended. And he just put a little too much oomph on it.
Yeah, I had a man beat a couple steps and then just going for that corner of the end zone, but a little bit overthrown. 3rd down and 1.
Yep, 3rd down and short. And they will give it to Edwards. Huge hole up the middle. And he's hit when he gets to the 2. Tried to fight his way to the end zone. Won't quite get there. It'll be first and goal for the Lions at about the 2-yard line as Taj Edwards gets the first down and plenty more. And the Lions once again right on the doorstep.
Yep, 10 yards on the play there by Taj. Increasing his yardage for this game.
So, twins on either side. Bowen will step back in the shotgun with Edwards to his right. We'll see if they give it to Taj and let him finish the job or not. Man in motion. Back to throw. Bowen with plenty of time. He'll now step to his right. Still waiting. Throws near side. It is caught. Touchdown. Wingert.
And Wingert continues his storied senior campaign there with another touchdown. 2 yards on the play, 3 yards on the play there for Gabe Wingert, the senior.
So waiting for the extra point to make it a 49-0 lead. We've got 1:10 left to go in the first half.
And 49 apparently would be enough to have the running clock start in the second
half, assuming it stays this way. Still trying to get the right number of players out on the field. And they do. As Bowen drops down to a knee, he'll put it down for Richardson to kick it. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is no good. He missed it to the right side. So it'll stay 48-0. That's still enough, by the way, to get the clock running. 1:10 left to go. We'll have the kickoff coming up for you right after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Get your home back to pristine condition with Rainbow Restoration of Northeast Kansas. With the kids back in school, it's the perfect time for carpet cleaning. Our IICRC certified experts ensure your carpets and upholstery are free from germs and grime. Download the Neighborly app or call Rainbow Restoration at 785-371-2400 to easily connect with us and schedule your service today. Rainbow Restoration of Northeast Kansas, because it's not done until it's done right.
1320 KLWN Lawrence and FM 1017 K269 GP Lawrence. Depend on it.
Well, welcome back out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. 48-0 our score with 1:10 left to go in the second quarter of play. Ball teed up at the 40-yard line on the left hash mark for Noah Richardson, who unfortunately wasn't able to convert, but he will kick it off anyway, and it will come down. This time we'll go into the end zone for a touchback. So obviously a pretty good first half of play here for this Chesty Lions team, exactly what the doctor ordered after the couple of losses.
Yeah, getting everybody involved, a lot of different TDs. Sorry, folks, if you've experienced a little bit of technical difficulties. We're trying to get everything worked out for you here as much as we possibly can. But, man, a big night for Banks, Bowen and company, and we'll have quick stats for you at halftime before we get to our halftime guest.
So on the first and 10 play from the 20-yard line, and King throws near side. It was caught. And for the first time actually being able to hang on to the ball was Darius Gordon, the tight end. And it was a good play by King to elude the
defenders?
Yeah.
So second down, 9 to go, and they're in no big hurry. It almost looks like they're just will be more than happy to get out of this this half with a 48-0 score because they're not moving around. But here they go, up to the line. 30 seconds to go left in this quarter. Clock is running.
Trips on the near side. And King will roll that direction, looking to throw. He's being chased, throws across toward the middle, and it is almost intercepted, incomplete.
Wow.
As he was looking for the tight end over in that general area, or I believe that was Battles.
Yeah, and he really Battles was the least open person he had. He had a couple tight ends going a little bit, maybe less than 5 yards was Battles. 19 seconds left to go. 3rd down and 9, but that's not the important stat right now with the Vikings down 48-0. 19 seconds left to go in this half.
For whatever it's worth, the Vikings will get the ball coming out of the second half. And, boy, it's King, who almost was, he was able to elude one man, but now he swarmed under and finally taken down just shy of the 20-yard line. And, his running back almost took the snap away from him. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
It was one of the weirdest things I've seen.
It does kind of look like a little bit of an undisciplined team out there, and definitely a lot of stuff going on for the Vikings, and that's going to be the end of this first half. Lions are leading 48-0.
So we have played one half of football from here at Lawrence High School. It's homecoming, so it's going to be a special homecoming halftime. We'll take a break. Matt will have some stats for you, and eventually he'll be talking to some of his friends in his 40th high school reunion. That'll be all coming up when we come back in just a few minutes right after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Experience the magic of the Kansas City Renaissance Festival. Join the revelry for 7 adventure-filled weekends. Ride the all-new Crow's Nest ride. Enjoy new tasty freeze-dried candy. Stop for a drink at the House of Dragons pub. Visit the Mystical Mermaid Cove. Find unique handcrafted gifts at over 150 shops. Experience 22 stages of entertainment, plus full combat live armor jousting. Come for the magic and stay for the memories. Saturdays and Sundays, Labor Day and Columbus Day. August 31st through October 14th. Discount tickets available at Hy-Vee, Dillon's, Costco, Menards, Walgreens, and kcrenfest.com.
And just like that, it all comes down to this. 4th and goal. Matt, take yourself inside the huddle. What play are you calling?
I'm saying, let's go to 23rd Street Brewery.
Right now?
Yeah.
It's the biggest play of the game.
No better time than that. There's no better spot to watch football than 23rd Street Brewery. We've got the Lions, the Firebirds, of course the Jayhawks, and all the NFL action.
Well, we better get out of here fast to catch the ending of the game. Dibs on the Haney turkey stack.
That's the 23rd Street Brewery, corner of Clinton Parkway and Castle.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Mr. Salton on 308 Productions for the outstanding student-made homecoming court video. And the LHS Orchestra for the performance of yesterday's assembly. And now please welcome Lawrence High School's 2024 homecoming court royalty. As voted on by their peers. First up, Banks Bowen, child of Clint and Christy Bowen. Kylie Chi, child of Bernard and Mary Chi. Hubbard Dye, child of Derek and Amy Dye. Lydia Foltz, child of Chuck and Diane Foltz. Bobby Fowler, child of Miranda and Jeremy Fowler. Brindle Hoover, child of Dana Cunningham and Adam Hoover. Morgan Meckley, child of Kristen and Craig Meckley. Sylvia O'Paragi, child of Pennsylvania, Bertram O'Paragi. Elise Rathmel, child of Chris and Angela Rathmel. Asher Sykes, child of April and Ben Sykes. Naomi Sui Pang, child of Mama
Test.
Sui and Leanne Pang.
Okay. Well, we're back here at Lawrence High School Stadium with Wade Pascal. Wade, we're in a good spot tonight. If you want to hear about our high school days and some stories, this is the weekend to do it in Lawrence, Kansas, because the class of '84 is back together. And just right off the bat, Wade, you talked to me a couple years ago about really making this thing big and let's get our classmates back and get a bunch of people. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem, would love it. But it's a lot of work, and I'll do what I can. But you have stepped up and just gotten this thing going, and we have got 150 of our classmates back here.
We do.
And it has just been just a cool weekend so far, and we're just getting started.
True, very true. Yeah, I made the egregious error a couple of years ago of suggesting that somebody should put together our 40-year reunion, which basically ended up being me.
It was.
Yeah. So my tip to everybody out there is don't ask who's planning the reunion, because it'll
so
be
from
you.
Colorado,
Yeah.
you got a committee together.
Yep.
You got all kinds of things going, and it's just it's amazing what we've got together.
Is. Well, I think Lawrence is such a special place. I mean, I've lived away from Lawrence longer than I've lived in Lawrence, but it still feels like home to me. And so being back here is always great. Seeing you, my friend, is always great. And honestly, I mean, I've had so much help from you, from people like Mike Randolph and Lisa Morello-Toole and Sherry Stoltz-Drake, that, classmates of ours who just, basically jumped in and said, look, what can we do? And so that's been awesome. I mean, tonight we just did a tailgate before the game over at Veterans Park at 19th and Louisiana. The Lawrence High School band came over and played a few numbers, which was really a wonderful thing. And it's just good to see so many wonderful people that we've known for so long together.
It is, man. It's so cool, and then even people that you don't not expecting to see,
exactly,
and people that, okay, wow, I can't believe they came back. Marilyn Richterick's probably comes to mind.
Yeah, for sure.
But even a member of our class that really didn't go to our high school but loved us all so much, Siobhan O'Neill, came back for it. She was a Central gal, and she was here. But it's really cool to see all the folks, and it's just going to be a fun weekend. And thank you for getting it all set up. And what's been the hardest part of all this?
Oh, I mean, I think it's just, I'll say Facebook makes it a lot easier. I mean, having a Facebook group for our class, and most people are on that, but some aren't. And so you kind of have to get email addresses for people, and you kind of have to search people out and find them. One of the things that was really cool about tonight is there were a lot of people that didn't RSVP but showed up.
Okay, who was that?
Like Fred Hageman came.
Hageman's here?
Yeah, Fred
Hageman.
Oh, my goodness. Fred J's
J.
here, yeah. Darren McClure was here, and so just a number of other folks like that I love dearly, and it's just great to see them and catch up with them. And I hadn't seen Fred and gosh, probably since our 20-year reunion, and so that was
Is
great
he going
to
to be
see.
at the post party?
I hope so. I know he'll be there tomorrow night because our actual reunion is tomorrow night at what used to be Ichabod's when we were in school, and back in the 80s, and now it's called the White Schoolhouse, which has been a great venue, and Jennifer Roth, who owns that, has just been phenomenal in terms of just working with us and helping us plan this kind of thing. And Maselli's Catering is doing the catering for it, and they've been great. And of course, 23rd Street Brewery is helping us with having some beer there and some things like that. So it's all coming together much better than I ever imagined. I wasn't sure what I was getting myself into, but it's been great.
Well, when we did it, I think we did it. We attempted a 25-year.
30 year. Yeah. We did a 25, but the 30-year was the one that kind of got, you, and all credit to you for trying to pick up that ball kind of late in the game and run with it. And we had some people show up, but it didn't quite, kind of come off like I think we wanted it to. And so that's why I was like, I think I gave the dates to everybody over a year ago, and was like, you have no excuses,
Right,
So.
Absolutely, and told people, it's like, listen, not everybody's on Facebook, so get out there, tell your friends, the people you keep in touch with, there might be just a couple, but if you don't care, make sure that they get to Lawrence on this weekend. It's been really cool and fun, and we've had people from all over the country come in. You're from Colorado.
Yep.
Selena's DC.
Beth Lovitch.
Selena. Beth Lovitch from Philadelphia. That's been fun. Okay, have you heard any crazy stories tonight? Because I had to leave the party a little early. So
nothing too bad. I mean, some things that we were reminiscing about. I mean, it's funny because they're doing the new mascot costume for Chesty. Which is a big thing, which is really cool. And I don't know if you remember, but when our senior year, we stole the mascot.
So that was a story we told last week, and I told it a couple times.
Yeah.
But absolutely. So Wade Pascal, our senior year, you and Mike Randolph and
Keith Tilford and Bill Sutcliffe.
Keith Tilford, Bill Sutcliffe stole the Chesty Lion mascot, and now we're trying to raise money to get them a new Chesty. Not because they stole it. The craziest thing about that story was you had stolen it in May. You made your what I recall the plan is to bring it back out for graduation.
Yes.
But there was a little heat kind of brewing, and then somebody put your picture in the budget.
Yes.
So the budget, the Lawrence High School newspaper.
Yes.
So you guys' picture was front and center, faces covered, but everybody knew who you were.
Yes.
And you were going to get in hot water, and so then your ransom note said, "We'll give it back, just don't get us in trouble."
That's right. Well, it went from give us a snow day in May, and we'll bring it back, and Mr. Forbes, who was the principal at the time, didn't think we were as funny as we thought we were. And so he was a little bit more like, no, you'll bring it back, and you'll bring it back now.
And you know what? That's the cool things like that to me is it's kind of what high school is all about. We're not going to. Chesty, everybody loves Chesty. We love being a Lawrence High School Lion. You love Chesty, and Chesty is revered, and you never want to do anything to harm Chesty. But it's a high school prank, and very much like disassembling a Volkswagen, putting it back together in the high school.
That's right.
Making Stan Ross' classroom filled with sand and palm trees and plants like he's. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy stuff.
So many good stories like that. And every class should have one.
Yeah, absolutely. So not that we would encourage or condone that type of thing.
Not this year's class.
Right. But, man, so much fun here at Lawrence High. A lot of great memories. And it's great to have the class of 1984 back. And and like I say, we're giving. So we're encouraging everybody to try to help us raise money for Chesty Lion. If you're from the class of 84, when you donate, and you can find the QR codes by going to our class, our Facebook page and our class's Facebook page.
That's right.
QR code. Get that QR code, and quick, easy to donate.
Yeah. I mean, it's super easy. $10. I mean, if we all put in $10, and we'll get Chesty a nice new costume, and it's a great cause, and I think Lawrence High and the city of Lawrence is near and dear to all of our hearts.
Absolutely,
this is a great way to help.
Absolutely. So. And if you're from the class of 84 and you donate to Chesty, put in the comments page. Comment section 1984.
That's right.
I want to see how much money the class of 1984 can raise for Chesty. And
it's our penance for having stolen Chesty.
Our penance. That's right. We can do some good, and I know that our class is going to come up big, and we're going to raise enough money to get Chesty brand new. We've already Junior Wed has done a great job starting the campaign. We've already raised $1,000. I think she's got $1,000. In kind of her coffers, just able to come up with that. But that would leave about 6,000 more. And our class goal, we'd love to get 5,000 of that if we can. And so, and man, if we could get that 6, that would be great. Just put her over the edge this weekend, get enough money to have us get us a new Chesty, and we'd love that. So do whatever you can for that. Well, Wade, all right, what do you got on tap now for tonight and then tomorrow?
Sure. Well, tonight we're heading to 23rd Street Brewery after the game, and that's kind of been.
I guess that was a shameless plug. I knew that's what we were doing.
No, not at all. But honestly, I mean, 23rd Street Brewery is kind of our go-to. When all of our classmates come to town, it's kind of like the place we all know to go to see your old classmates. So we'll be doing that, and tomorrow night at the White Schoolhouse, we'll have our 40th reunion event. And so
nothing going on today. Nothing that I'm being hidden from, like going out on the boat again tomorrow. Like I missed that one.
Yeah.
I missed that phone call.
We were remiss in calling.
No, I probably couldn't have made it anyway. But I love giving you a hard time about that. And so, all right. So Wade stole the Chesty Lion back in 1984.
Yep.
what else do you recall about any of our classmates or any crazy stuff that happened in 1984?
Oh, I can just remember parties at Martin Park.
The parties at Martin Park and tapping the kegs. All of the fellas that were out there at the park right when I got there, every one of us knew how to tap a keg.
Yeah.
It's kind of become a lost art.
Yeah.
Not too many people know how to tap kegs anymore.
That's true.
But I think that everybody in our class sure knows how to tap a keg.
It was a rite of passage to know how to tap a keg.
The QR codes are maybe a little bit more difficult for us, but the tapping of a keg is a very simple one. Right.
We've got that down.
Okay, so did you hear anything while I was away from any of the classmates, things that bring you back to yesterday that I wasn't there for, that I didn't get to hear?
Oh man, let's see. Nothing too wild. I mean, I think that it's been cool to like kind of walk by groups of people talking and kind of hear some of the reminiscing going on. I haven't heard anything that was too salacious or anything like that.
Well, I did tell. I did have one of my female classmates, I won't call her out, but she did say to me that she asked me if I thought there were going to be any hookups this weekend. And I said, I would be disappointed if there weren't, but I don't know. I will not be one of them because I'm a very, very happily married man, and
as am I.
And I will not have any hookups. Hopefully with my wife, but that's That's not the kind of hookup she was referring to. So we'll see if that happens. I will tell you one thing. So I did get a chance to say hello to Marilyn Richter briefly, and I told Marilyn that she's got to meet my wife because Marilyn and I could not be more polar opposite. Yes. Marilyn is a Rhodes Scholar, probably one of our most academically achieving
I think went to Harvard
person.
and Oxford.
Harvard, Oxford. She's incredibly a brilliant person, but always just so nice and a wonderful person. Everybody there tonight it was great to see, and big smiles on everybody's face. It's so much fun to catch up, But Marilyn, I'm very proud to have called you my friend, and I don't know if she can say the same for me, but I hope so.
I'm just glad that she still acknowledges that she
knows
us.
Absolutely. I'm honored that she does. But gosh, we're missing. There's so many people that I wish would have come, but God, we have 150 people here.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really great.
It's good. I mean, our class was like just under 600, I think. So it's a pretty good, good turnout.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know what most people's are when they get together, but 150.
Yeah. After 40 years.
Yeah. Obviously, we'll be remembering those who didn't make it to 40,
right.
and that's going to be a lot of good friends in that
we
group.
We have a memorial wall for them tomorrow night just to recognize
30.
Those
how many?
Somewhere around 30, I think. Yeah,
30-ish of people that aren't with us. But anyway, Wade, thank you so much for coming, being my halftime guest.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't go too far. I have had a couple text messages that people had quite a bit to drink. Did you get my car locked up? Did we kill any kegs?
I'm not sure. That was left to Mike Randolph and Kelly Moore and Randy Finster.
Oh my God, they're probably still at my car drinking, aren't they?
They probably are. Probably are.
All right.
So, but we'll make sure we leave you. We'll make sure you have.
Oh, you have my keys, by the way. You were responsible for my keys. Do you not have my keys?
I don't, but I'll bring them back over to you.
Oh my goodness.
I'll bring them back over to you.
That's all right.
Don't worry.
If you guys are in Veterans Park, I'm going over there when I get done. So that's fine.
All right.
I can meet you and trust you'll be there.
Yeah, we'll find you.
But Wade, thanks for coming out, buddy. Good to have you, and we're going to have a fun night tonight and fun day tomorrow.
You're a good man and you're a good friend, and,
all right,
and thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
All
right, we'll see you.
Bye-bye.
So we're going to be back here, take a quick break on 1320 KLWN, and back to the second half of this Lawrence High School football game. You're listening to KLWN 1320. Depend on it.
Hey Jayhawk fans, Brian Haney here. I think this upcoming season is going to be one of the most memorable years in the history of KU football. And I'm going to be smiling from ear to ear, as bright as ever with those pearly whites. And we're doing all that winning thanks to my friends at the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry. Not only with the Zoom whitening process I went through last winter, but the twice-a-year checkups with my personal dentist, Dr. Kelly Dummerth, have my smile looking better than ever. So as we're winning games left and right and smiling extra bright, I'm thankful for my friends at the Kansas Center for Sedation Dentistry in Lawrence.
Life can get busy, and sometimes accidents can happen. Don't let spilling coffee on your nice outfit ruin your week. We have all been there. And guess what? Scotch Cleaners provides the quickest, most convenient dry cleaning service to get you looking brand new again. Looking clean and professional is what matters the most, whether you're in the office or meeting on Zoom. Keep clean even when you have accidents. Protect your wardrobe investment with Scotch Cleaners. Scotch Cleaners dry cleaning service has 9 locations around Northeast Kansas, with 4 locations in Lawrence and 5 in Topeka. Stop by now.
What's up, friends? I'm Sean Kellerman.
And I'm Daniel Courtwright.
Can't get enough of the Jayhawks? Tune in to Rock Chalk Sports Talk every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6.
We'll give you the latest and greatest on all things Kansas, including KU football and basketball and more, as well as everything else you'd ever want to hear in the world of sports in Lawrence.
Miss the show? Check out the Best of RCSD podcasts anywhere you get your podcasts to catch up on all things KU related.
Rock Chalk Sports Talk, your only KU-centric radio show.
Every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6 right here on KLWN.
Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency understands the importance of being a member in the Lawrence community and supporting local. They also understand the importance of supporting you in Lawrence, whether it's through the peace of mind you get with insurance or helping you with any financial questions or needs. Just like this high school broadcast, Kurt Gieser State Farm Agency will tackle any issues you need covered. Give Kurt and his team a call at 785-843-0003 or visit them online at www.kurtinsures.com.
What's up, friends? I'm Sean Kellerman.
And I'm Daniel Courtwright.
Can't get enough of the Jayhawks? Tune in to Rock Chalk Sports Talk every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6.
We'll give you the latest and greatest on all things Kansas, including KU football and basketball and more, as well as everything else you'd ever want to hear in the world of sports in Lawrence.
Miss the show? Check out the Best of RCSD podcasts anywhere you get your podcasts to catch up on all things KU related.
Rock Chalk Sports Talk, your only KU-centric radio show.
Every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6 right here on KLWN.
Sigler Pharmacy believes that being a local Lawrence pharmacy means providing personalized healthcare services. Sigler is always striving to make your experience simple and easy. Did you know that Sigler Pharmacy has a new app? From your phone, you can text your pharmacist, manage medication refills, and set reminders. Download it from the Apple App Store or Google Play. Visit SiglerPharmacy.com or stop by any location to learn more.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker along with Matt Llewellyn as the Lawrence High Chesty Lions 48-0 lead at halftime over the Shawnee Mission West Vikings. We're expecting to have a running clock for hopefully all of the second half, because that would just mean we'll maintain that 45-point lead the whole time. I do have some scores from you from around town, and one thing I can say is that things are going similarly well over in Olathe, where the Firebirds are taking on Olathe West. Lawrence Free State 27-7 their halftime score, so we're better, but they're doing okay. At any rate, so
and who is that against? Free State who?
They're playing Olathe West.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not their home game because they're on the road. But, it's funny. This is the first week of the entire year that the two teams aren't playing, either at home or on the road both. We've kind of mirrored each other's schedule. So this is the switch up, or anyway. Let's see, some other scores for you. Basler Linwood beat Topeka West earlier in the week. 59-6 was the final in that one. Blue Valley North. Blue Valley, the Tigers are 35-7 over Blue Valley North. Quite a barn burner they got going on the other battle of Blue Valley, Northwest and West. And the Huskies and Blue Valley West are 28-28 tied with a couple minutes to go in the second quarter, I should say. Tonganoxie beat Bonner Springs, is beating Bonner Springs 35-0. That's a halftime score as well. Let's see, what other scores do I have from the Kansas side? Topeka Seaman 7-0 over Lansing. Leavenworth 19-6 over Piper. Lewisburg 35-0 over Eudora. It's Shawnee Mission Northwest 21-14 over Olathe East. That's a second quarter score. Mill Valley is beating Olathe North 23-14. That's a halftime score there. Olathe Northwest 14-7 over Shawnee Mission South. So let's see. Paola 28-0 over Pittsburgh. That's a halftime score. DeSoto 41-28 over Shawnee Heights. That's at half. Gardner Edgerton 14-0 over Shawnee Mission East. You would expect that to have been much more of a lopsided score, wouldn't you think?
One would think, yes.
But not so much. That's a halftime score. Shawnee Mission North 22-0 over Olathe South. And
but you never know about East. I mean, East can come up. They're not. They can be a very, very good team.
Yeah. Well, here it is 48-0. Lions on top of the Vikings, and as we said, we'll have a running clock in the second half. So we're just probably going to see this game fly by. We'll have to kind of wait and see how it goes. But of course, the question also, we talked about this a little bit in the first half, is when do they start bringing in if it were me, I would let my starters at least play some of the second half before I switched.
Yeah, definitely first series, but first series could be over. That could be all they have in the third quarter. But definitely an offensively heavy first half for the Lions, and here we go to kick off the second half.
Line drive kick by Richardson, and it's going to take a hop and be fielded about the 10-yard line up the near sideline to the 20, and out of bounds right there. So 1st and 10 from the 20.
And looking back now, thinking about how that Clint elected to go ahead and receive the ball, it kind of makes sense. Maybe he's going to receive the ball. Let's get that 49 or 45-point margin in the first half, and then just kind of coast in the second. I was not paying attention to the homecoming court, so I did not know if Banks Bowen was actually on the field at halftime.
All right, well, clock running as we talked about with the 48-0 lead here in the second half. Stephen King from the shotgun, back to throw on first down, lays one out, and he's got a man down the field, incomplete. He was intending it for Braden Everett, and I tell you what, he had a couple of steps. It was just slightly overthrown.
Had that ball been a yard thrown less, that would have been 6 points, and that would have been an 80-yard touchdown pass because he had his man beat by a couple strides. Just unable to connect there with Stephen King.
We are seeing pretty much all the ones out there right now for the Lions, if you were wondering, on defense. Now the thing is, of course, with the incomplete pass, there's still a running clock as things go right now. So we're down to 10.5 minutes already in this third quarter. Back to throw is King. Now he looked to go on the near side, then he gets, he threw as he was getting hit, threw it to Von Felt, and he dropped it, and so there'll be another incomplete pass, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and he was open. It just
it hit him in the chest, and he dropped it.
In and out of his hands.
So it'll be 3rd and 10.
2 minutes already off the clock here in this third quarter.
So the Vikings come out with single wideouts on either side, double tight end set. And from the shotgun, King, with Mitchell to his right. And he is getting rushed up the middle. He was able to elude one man and still on his feet across the 20-25. He gets able to break another tackle, gets all the way out to the 35-yard line, 36. And so that elusive Stephen King able to make a first down out of nothing.
And Josh Galbraith and another Lion collided right as they were converging on Stephen King that would have brought him down for only about a 5-yard gain. But Stephen able to get away from those two as they brought each other down and pick up the first down there.
3 minutes gone by here in this third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 35 for the Vikings on the opening drive of the third quarter, trailing 48-0 to the Lions. And they will give it to Mitchell up the middle. Not much there, a couple yards. as Maishan Mitchell will take it right between the tackles for a gain of 2.
And that play there, the last play by King, the 15-yard gain, line just brought the 3 offensive linemen. They had great penetration getting through there, but then King able to just get away from them and make that big gain.
So on the second down play, they'll give it once again to Mitchell, and once again up the middle, he doesn't get much. And we are starting to see more 2s in the lineup already among that front 3 that you're talking about and others. And
Steele White is in there, but Steele gets some time with the 1s.
So to set up a 3rd down and 6, they need the 45. Ball's on the 39. From the shotgun, King. Back to throw. And he's getting a rush. Throws over the middle. Incomplete. It was intended once again over the middle for Travion Tibbett, but he was unable to. It was a bit of a high throw, and he got hit right as the ball got there. And so it'll be 4th down. There's no reason for them to punt anymore at this point, so I think we're just going to see them go for it every time they get 4th downs. They started doing that at the end of the first half, and I think they're going to continue to. So 4th down and 6. Ball's on their own 39. Again, they need their own 45. Twins on the right side this time. Man in motion. And King fakes and is throwing over on the far side, and it is intercepted, which was actually not really that smart of a play from a standpoint of where the ball ends up, but you always like getting the interception.
Absolutely, they'd even do that in colleges. It's just
not supposed to do it though.
Not of course not. But and so they will.
It was Pietro Nerona who made the interception, by the way.
Okay, and I'll let everybody know about that. But really, Josh Galbraith was in the backfield, all over the quarterback on that, and Josh really caused that quarterback to make that errant throw and allow it to be intercepted.
Although, again, if he would have just let it be incomplete, then we would have gotten it about 15 yards further downfield.
Yeah, and Pietro is not one of the starters, so he is a new number 2 man.
Taj Edwards on the give, not much there. And by the way, we did not see Banks Bowen come out to start the second half of play. Instead, it is Colton Curry, even to start. So Edwards is still in, but Banks didn't even come out for the second half.
And Curry, just a sophomore, Curry is the heir apparent to this quarterbacking job here at Lawrence High.
So on 2nd down and 9, back to throw. He will throw near side. He's got a man. It is caught. That's Jackson Becker at the 36-yard line. Good enough for a first down. He needed to get the 37. He got the 36, so 1 extra yard, and 1st and 10 for the Lions. Clock's already down to 5:15 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it is rolling. So, but this is great experience for Colton Curry.
And this time a give off of left tackle. It's not Edwards. It's somebody else who has come in to relieve him. It is, looks like Evan Murray.
That he is my 23rd Street Brewery player, is Evan. 14-yard pickup there for Evan.
Wearing number 23. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions from the 22-yard line.
And it is nice to see Clint is not concerned so much about stats, even though the stats have been very heavily in favor of the Lions, but not worried about racking up the numbers for anybody in particular.
Curry back to throw, looking near side, throws that way, incomplete. He was looking for Jalen Parks, and it went right through his hands. Wasn't completely as accurate as you'd like it, but it was definitely a catchable ball.
But again, good experience for Colton Curry getting in here, the sophomore, 5'11", 178 pounds. And I've got to think that I'm guessing that when these things were put in place, that Colton's put on some weight since that time.
Under 4 minutes to go in the quarter. And Curry will give it, and Avery spins his way ahead near the 20, but it's only a pickup of maybe a couple. It'll set up a 3rd down and long. Evan Murray on the carry.
Yeah, just giving Evan a yard on that play. And not a real quick give, so it's kind of what you expect from a quarterback who has not had a ton of experience on the varsity level.
They're taking their time looking over at the sideline for the play. Still 15 seconds to go on the play clock. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Twins on the right side. He looks near side instead, throws. He's got a man. It's caught, and spinning his way forward is once again Jalen Parks, who made a good catch that time and gets a 1st down, 1st and 10 for the Lions at the 11-yard line.
Nice little 12-yard pickup there for Jalen.
Has been a bit of a favorite target for Curry for Colton so far.
First and 10 from the 12-yard line.
From the shotgun. And it'll be a give. Trying to go up the middle, spinning around one side, goes to the left side. And once again, Evan Murray will get inside the 5. I may only give him the 5 as far as forward progress is concerned. And it'll be 2nd down from there. They can get a 1st down without getting a touchdown.
But nice pickup there.
2 minutes left to go.
Nice pickup by Evan. I like the movement. He had pressure. It wasn't an easy 7 yards, but he got it. Following his blockers, but also making some moves on his own.
And they'll give it to him again, trying up the middle, into the end zone, touchdown. Touchdown number 23, Evan Murray.
And this time untouched. Evan found a hole, and it was big enough for him to go in without anybody even getting a hand on him for 5-yard touchdown. Evan Murray, I believe his 1st of the year.
Well, I tell you what, it's pretty, obviously we've been giving a lot of good shout-outs to Evan Murray and also to Colton Curry or whatever, but you really want to give a lot to that front line because when we're talking about,
no question.
These are still the 2s and 3s, and they were opening up some big holes. Richardson's kick is up, and it is good. So, clock continues to run with 1 minute left to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll still take a break because it'll be a while before they kick this ball off. 55-0 our score. Back with the kickoff after this on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Hives?
Yes, sir.
I want to hear my favorite programs on KLWN, and they're not on. Perhaps you should try the podcast link on their website, sir. KLWN has podcasts on their website. Indeed, sir. Really? Quite? Actually? Indubitably? Without question or cavil, sir? Oh, so? Rah. Oh, rah. Yes, sir. And where would I find this delightful website, you nice hives, you? KLWN.com, sir. KLWN.com? Quite, sir. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Anytime you choose, sir. It's up to me. It's up to you, sir. Rah. Oh, rah. The entire company, sir. According to the record with Kim Murphy. Lovely lady. Sean Kellerman and Daniel Courtwright. Rock Chalk Sports Talk. Timeline Radio with Clenice Hill. So knowledgeable. Lawrence Business Magazine with Stephen Herzog. Money, money, money. Just everyone at KLWN.com. Yes, sir. Even Radio for Grown-Ups with Joel Becker. Oh, him. Yes, sir. Well, I suppose it can't be helped. No, sir. Oh, boo.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker and Matt Llewellyn. Looks like they're going to get this kickoff in before we end the quarter anyway. Richardson with the ball teed up at the 40-yard line left hash, and it is a squib, and it was stopped at up back at about the 27, and wrestled down was Braden Everett, who finally got a chance to touch the ball, and that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter of play. It ripped right through. The Lions did get the only score, 7 points. They lead it 55-0. 12 minutes of football left to go, and I do mean that pretty much literally when we come back here on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Sigler Pharmacy believes that being a local Lawrence pharmacy means providing personalized healthcare services. Sigler is always striving to make your experience simple and easy. Did you know that Sigler Pharmacy has a new app? From your phone, you can text your pharmacist, manage medication refills, and set reminders. Download it from the Apple App Store or Google Play. Visit SiglerPharmacy.com or stop by any location to learn more.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker along with Matt Llewellyn. It's the Lawrence High Chesty Lions and Shawnee Mission West Vikings with the Lions on top 55-0 as we get things started here in the fourth quarter of play. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Ball is on their own 37. Back to throw is King. Throwing near side, incomplete. He well overthrew his intended receiver, Von Felt. And it'll be 2nd down, but the clock's still running with the 55-point lead in the second half. So we've already played 30 seconds of this fourth quarter.
How about that? Yeah, that first 12 minutes went pretty darn quick. So 55 to nothing. I did think it was interesting. Coach let Taj Edwards get 1 yard. He now has 75 yards.
I mean, he's got him on his fantasy football team or something.
Maybe so.
On 2nd and 10, and it's back to throw King. Throwing near side, incomplete. He was looking for his tight end Bollinger, who actually among all the players on the Vikings has probably had one of the better games, the tight end.
Well, and King has thrown some nice balls tonight. Just have not been caught.
Yeah, that was a little behind him, but it'll be 3rd down and 10. 10:40 left to go here in regulation time. Lions on top, 55-0. Nice homecoming performance for the Chesty Lions. We'll see what they do here. We assume that they're going to go for it on 4th down. That's what they've been doing since the second half, if they get to 4th down, as they throw on the far side and overthrowing his intended receiver by about 5 or 6 yards, and it'll set up a 4th down. I think that was Calvin Brown he was looking for down the far sideline. Even though an incomplete pass, the clock continues to run with 10 minutes left to go. On the Missouri side, for whatever reason, they do stop the clock when they have the run. First of all, it's only 35 points in the second half. But they stop it for what they call tips or pits or whatever you want to use for those 4 letters, which are, it's scoring plays is what the S is, and timeouts is the T, injuries is the I, and P is penalties. And it's going to be King. Oh, he let it go right as he was getting tackled. It's going to go down as an incomplete pass.
And now that one, I would think that they could potentially call that intentionally grounding.
Yeah, what difference does it make? It's a turnover on downs anyway.
No, exactly, yes.
So, clock running with 9:10 left to go as the Lions will take over on offense, and we'll get to see Colton Curry for a second time. Engineered a touchdown drive, his first time out.
He did.
So good for him.
Good experience for that young man.
Absolutely, and I'm glad to see him there, letting him throw and, so on and so forth. So 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line for the Lions. And it will be a give, trying to go off right tackle.
Let's see if that is Evan Murray again.
I'm trying to find out. And I still can't really tell. I think so.
Yeah, these are Hank Booth's favorite jerseys.
It's really hard to see.
The dark maroon numbers on the black.
It's a pickup of 5, and he, on the second give, was unable to get to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be a loss of a yard. Actually, they're giving him the 1. And I can tell you, yes, it is Murray still, Evan Murray, number 23.
The 23rd Street Brewery mascot player.
So it'll be 3rd down and 5. We'll see if they can convert here. They'll see how they try to do it. As it's going to be a run by Curry on the left side. He was hit, tried to force his way forward. He's going to be short.
Wow.
But probably in a position where they're going to go for it on 4th down, I would imagine.
And really, and not that we have a great angle from up here, but it did look like he got it from where I was standing.
I didn't think so.
Okay.
I mean, they gave him a good mark. He was about a yard shy. And so they need a yard. Little confusion as they're trying to get people in the right position. Curry, and he will give it, and Murray's going to get a 1st down and more as he got up the middle. Oh, and then there's some extracurricular activity, and boy, I saw a guy take a swing, and he didn't connect. But I saw a guy in a white jersey take a swing at somebody, which normally will lead to a disqualification.
Yeah.
But they didn't
which
do
is
it.
Always,
they
always
didn't
kind
throw
of
a flag.
funny because it's just all those pads, they're not going to do any damage to anybody.
So 1st and 10, clock running with 6.5 minutes. We're already halfway through this quarter, amazingly enough. 1st and 10 for the Lions. Ball's on the 24-yard line. Shotgun formation, bit of a high snap, and Curry will keep it himself, looking for a hole, and he's going to come all the way around to the near side, gets inside the 20 and then fell down.
But you know what? I think he was just tired because he had to run about 40 yards on that play, but unfortunately it was not up the field, and he was able to pick up 4 yards on the play, but probably should have had the first, but I think he was just winded at that point.
Yeah, I was waiting, just looking for the sniper. All right, so it is 2nd down and about 6. Back to throw, and he will throw near side toward the end zone. Incomplete. There was a lot of contact, but no flag.
A lot of contact and slightly overthrows, but probably a good thing because the intended receiver was probably the 2 defenders that were on him had 6 inches, both of them, on the intended receiver down there.
By the way, I meant to ask you, have you heard anything about, I could be wrong, but I'm thinking that Julesgaard is injured.
Yes, he was. And here we go. Play up the middle.
That was Will Grimes on the last one. And, yeah, up the middle on the run, and it's going to be a 1st down all the way down near the 10-yard line. We'll see if it's 1st and goal or not. Yeah, it is on the 10, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Lions. And yeah, I didn't see him at all today, and I thought I saw him actually in street clothes.
He was in his jersey but no pads on prior to the game.
Yeah.
And no, he is out.
Yeah, he had gotten injured on the opening kickoff of the second half last week.
Right.
And I don't think he ever came back in, as it turned out. So clock's running with 4.5 minutes left to go here in the regulation time.
Evan Murray still in at running back.
And he'll get the call, and he was hit in the backfield and knocked back for a loss. As looked like Albert Green met him in the backfield.
And it will be 2nd and goal, but on the 11 or call it 12-yard line.
So
just 4 minutes to play now in this game. 55-0 Lions are cruising tonight.
From the pistol, the give again. And up the middle between the tackles down to about the 7-yard line is Evan Murray, and the Lions will have a 3rd and goal from there. We'll call it the 6. So they'll have 2 tries to get 6 yards. Leading at 55-0 with 3.5 minutes left to go. Obviously, the Lions taking their time.
They are taking their time. They're just but with 6 play clock down to 4, looks like they are going to take a timeout when it gets there.
They do take a timeout.
So that will be the only stoppage of play.
And 2:59 left to go.
And the offense is coming back in. What are they calling here?
He seems to know what they're wanting to do.
And I think Clint just wanting to take off as much time off the clock as he possibly could.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and goal from the 6-yard line.
So the question is, does the clock start back up when they put the ball in play?
It did not.
All right, so from the shotgun formation, and he's going to take a knee. So interesting play. I don't know that they can milk a full 3 minutes off the clock, but I think they're just trying to not, you don't want to show another team up.
And in all honesty, that's,
Yeah.
I mean, to me,
It's great sportsmanship.
That's pretty classy.
Yeah.
Pretty classy move. And I think they'll just kind of elect to take off as much time off the clock as they possibly can.
Yeah,
And then,
take a knee and then give them the ball.
right.
Although it would be really funny if after that, then they throw a touchdown pass.
You mean like
the old
what
fake spike, the
Right.
Dan Marino way back in the day. I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
All right, Colton Curry from the shotgun. He will take the snap and take a knee. So the clock continues to run with 2:07, turnover on downs. So they will put the defense back out, but and they will have to run a play or two here. Certainly the Vikings will, but we're going to, again, it's a classy move.
Absolutely. And you would think that what they will try to do is they will, I mean, the Vikings should try to score. I mean, why not? And it should be, I mean, if I were the Vikings, I'd just run the ball.
I was just going to say, I think they're going to hand it off.
Don't do anything that would put yourself in jeopardy. We know that the Lions definitely have their second string in here. Get some guys some playing time. And just run out these last few seconds of the clock. Clock now at 1:13.
They're actually going Wildcat on this, interestingly enough, as they've got Von Felt, the running back, taking the direct snap, and he's going to take a knee as well.
So that's how they'll probably end that game.
Yeah, they'll have to run one more play as we're down under the last minute. But
very classy move by Clint. And you know what?
And Craig Lewis as well from Shawnee Mission West.
Absolutely. So, but good game. Great homecoming win for the Lions. Able to rack up a bunch of yards in that first half. Show really what these guys can do.
All righty, so they take the last knee there. The last 25 seconds is going to run off the clock. Since I do have the time and it's the top of the hour, we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification right now as we wait for the clock to tick off this game.
1320 KLWN Lawrence and FM 1017 K269 GP Lawrence. Depend on it.
Alrighty, that'll do it. The Lawrence High Chesty Lions defeat the Shawnee Mission West Vikings on homecoming, 55-0. The final score here from Lawrence High School. A good win and a way to get back in the victory column for the Chesty Lions.
Absolutely, and nice way for Banks to really air it out in the first half, and good homecoming night. The kids will have a lot of time to have some fun tonight. Probably the dance tomorrow night, and celebrates the homecoming king and queen court, and give some extra time to them. So 9 o'clock, probably one of the earliest times we've ever gotten done with a game, but it was. We've had the first two of the year were super late, and this one was very, very fast.
All right, so we'll take a break and wrap things up when we come back. Our post-game show comes up right after this. 55-0 this win for the Lions right here on FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Enjoy all the excitement of football season at the 23rd Street Brewery. From the Jayhawks and college football to the NFL and even live-streamed Lawrence High and Free State football games, you can watch it all at the 23rd Street Brewery. Enjoy the games with your favorite menu item like the Bill Self Mac and Cheese, Naked Nachos, or the Haney Turkey Stack. And wash it all down with your favorite beer like a Wave the Wheat or Crimson Fog. 23rd Street Brewery on the corner of Clinton Parkway and Cassold in Lawrence.
Your home for the Jayhawks, Lions, and Firebirds is FM 1017 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Welcome back out to Lawrence High School. Joel Becker, Matt Llewellyn. 55-0 the final score. A huge win for the Chesty Lions over Shawnee Mission West. A homecoming victory, and again, like I said, a good way to get them back in the victory column after they won the first two games of the year. They were unfortunately on the short end of the stick the next two games, and now back in the win column and with a better than 500 record at now 3-2.
And this will move them up in the rankings and be a good way to kick off these next 3 weeks that are going to be very, very important games. Every game is going to be important leading up to the Free State game, and of course the Free State game. You never know what's going to happen. It doesn't matter what the records are, and I know it sounds cliche, and I hate to be cliche, but man, that game is literally, it could be anybody's game anytime.
It always can. And, so next week it's Olathe East as the Lions will go on the road. This will be the part where you talk about
Olathe East?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Olathe East.
Okay.
If you talk about, you bring up northwest, south, boy, I got a lot of info on them. East? You kidding me? Shawnee Mission East I could talk about. Olathe East? No.
Interestingly, Shawnee Mission East, as we were talking about earlier, was giving Gardner Edgerton all they could handle earlier on. We haven't gotten an update from Free State Olathe West. The last I've seen there, the thing is we're done so early. They could still be at halftime there, 27-7.
It would not be unusual. But man, a fun night tonight. A lot of people got in the game. A lot of things happened. It was great to see Colton Curry again. Great to see Evan Murray get some runs. Evan Murray ended up with 53 yards and a touchdown. Colton ran the ball, got a couple nice little passes. Just good to see him in there and make some important plays for the Lions. And get some good playing time on varsity. Probably the player of the game tonight, I almost want to give it to Kayvon Price with 128 yards and two touchdowns. Just an outstanding game for him. Defensively, it was a super night for Jair Johnson, who was able to get in the backfield and do some damage. Nice to see Jair really getting involved and making his impact felt on defense tonight.
Yeah, both guys did a great job. I mean, Banks Bowen had a terrific night as well. And to be honest, I mean, it's really kind of difficult to say that any of them didn't have a particularly good night.
It'd be easy to give Banks again the MVP, but you want to spread it around, share the wealth a little bit. Banks is the architect of everything that's going on out there. But yeah,
comparatively speaking, Kayvon, this is one of his better games of the entire season, and want to give him a shout out for it. By the way, for the record, Olathe East playing Shawnee Mission Northwest this week, and it's actually relatively close. 21-14 was the last score I saw. That was a second quarter score. So we'll be on the road. They're certainly not a pushover team, and so it'll be good to see the Lions continue to get tested.
Absolutely, and they will. I mean, every game in the Sunflower League is a test. And again, I don't know a lot about the Olathe East team, but I'm sure that they're going to be a good opponent, and we'll go from there.
All righty. Well, once again, want to thank the folks back at the station, Elijah Schmidt, our camera operator Echo, and our producer David. For Matt Llewellyn, this is Joel Becker here from Lawrence High. The final score for the final time, 55-0 Lions over the Shawnee Mission West Vikings here on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.
Do you love Lawrence High Chesty Lion football? Join head coach Clint Bowen at 23rd Street Brewery on Tuesday, October 8th from 7 to 8 p.m. for Chesty Lion Touchdown Talk. We'll be previewing all things Chesty Lion football as they prepare to take on Olathe East and Olathe South. This is your chance to hear from the head man himself, as well as select players from this year's team. Chesty Lion Touchdown Talk, this Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. at 23rd Street Brewery, right here on FM 101.7 and 1320 KLWN. Depend on it.